Hi friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Juleen. So today I will be making pumpkin punch. So the pumpkin I'll be using to make this pumpkin punch, I got it from my backyard garden, and I shared a video of how I came about this pumpkin. An interesting video, so if you want to watch, you can go ahead and watch this video on my channel and you can hear the story behind this pumpkin. While I make this pumpkin punch, I'll be chit-chatting with you and I'll be sharing with you a little bit what God has been teaching me throughout this season. And one of the things that God has been teaching me is how to completely surrender my will to Him. One of the most challenging things to do is to totally surrender your will and desires to God. Whether it's our career, our relationship, our finance, or our spiritual path, it can be very challenging to give God full control of that. Now today, I will be sharing you 3 steps of how we can surrender our will to God so that His will can be done for our lives. One of the ways that we can surrender our wills to God is by acknowledging that God is in control. He is in control of our life and even our timeline and when we want to see things happen in our life. Many times we have our own ideas of how we want to see things happen in our lives. We tend to put dates and timing on our plans. But if you have been walking with God long enough, you will realize that our timing is different from God's timing. So in Isaiah 55 verse 9 it says, "For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." So we see there, we can't dictate to God what we want because He is in control and He knows best. By acknowledging that God is in control, you're actually saying that you are not. And now you create room for Him to work out His good will in you. So if you have been receiving value from this video, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Also leave a comment of encouragement, your view, so others can learn from what you have experienced. Let's get right back into the video. Another thing that we can do to totally surrender to God is to open up our hearts to God. By opening up your heart to God, it's like a freeing thing to do, right? It's telling Him all of your pain, your fears, your sorrows, your disappointments, your desires, your plans, the burdens you have been carrying that you can't manage. But then tell Him that you're willing to give up all that you desire so that His will be done. And this can be so hard. If you should think about all the things that you really want, and then you're saying, God, I'm willing to let go of this. I'm willing to give you control so that whatever you want for me can be done. It's going to take a lot of faith. It's going to take a lot of trusting in God to know that He knows best. And it doesn't matter how much your plans may sound good or look good on paper or in your mind, God's plans are always better for us. So activate your faith. Whatever you need to do, whether it's reading the word more, whether it's listening to testimonies, whether it's praying more, whether it's fasting, activate that faith so that your trust in God can be strengthened. And we are coming down to the end, so I want to share with you like the last thing that we can do. Obviously there may be more, but I'm just sharing it with you from my experience. So surrendering can be like really challenging, especially when God shows us something that we didn't have our mind set to do. But I'm going to share with you the final thing now that we can do to surrender, really surrender our wills to God. And it's pray for a spirit of obedience. I mean, oftentimes God will lead us into path, as I said, that we are not willing to travel or we were not looking. But when we have that spirit of obedience and that trust in God to know that whatever God does and whatever gift He gives is well given, it is well, it is good. we should be willing to take up whatever task He has given us and run with it. You know, it's not going to be easy. We may take time to adjust ourselves, our mind to whatever He's saying. But if we have this willingness to just say, it's not my will, but thine, then it will all work out for our good. And I am sure many of us can attest that we were looking at something or someone and thinking that, oh, this may not be our choice, but in the end we see that this job work out properly, this relationship work out well, more than what we have been expecting. So we can draw back on those previous experiences and say that I am going to learn to trust God in all aspects of my life. And as I said before, surrendering is not an easy task, so maybe some of the areas that we want to surrender, it may take a little time. Many of us just can't start by surrendering all aspects of our life to God, like our relationship, friendship, finance, career, whatever that is. We may take a little time and surrender each area at different season. But the important thing for us is just to know that God knows what's best for us, and once we leave the choice up to Him, He will never disappoint us. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you have learned something from my experience, from my journey in faith with God. And also, I hope you enjoy watching me making this pumpkin juice. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, this is a good time to do so. And please watch the next video that I will suggest at the end of this video. Until then, see you in the next one. Be good now.